This is my predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. Let's start right here with the schedule that's posted here. We're going to start with the Raiders versus the Ravens. The Ravens barely lost to the Chiefs by like a toe. So, and plus the Raiders, a bunch of their players got ejected, but I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one. I think Lamar Jackson's going to do pretty good. Even though he has been doing a lot more running than he is passing, and they don't know how to use Derrick Henry. So, I'm going to go with the Ravens. We're going to go other column. We're going to go with the LA Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are an absolute disaster. So I'm going to go with the LA Chargers here. I don't think the Panthers are really going to do that good this year. So next game, the New Orleans Saints versus the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams actually did really well with Derek Carr throwing multiple touchdowns and the Cowboys absolutely blowing out the Browns. Honestly, I think I'm going to give the Dallas Cowboys the edge here. I think they're going to win probably by a field goal. So I'm going to give them that. Next game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Baker Mayfield put on a clinic last weekend, and we got the Lions, who are actually a really solid contender. And it's going to be tough. If Baker Mayfield can't get the ball going down the field, scoring touchdowns, and then the Lions are just going to absolutely stuff you down the middle with their run game, I'm going to have to go with the Lions here. Next game, the Colts versus the Packers. The Packers lost Jordan Love for at least 3 to 6 weeks due to an injury that happened on that Friday night game against the Eagles at Brazil. And the Colts, Anthony Richardson, absolutely was balling out. That play where he just threw it like 60 yards without really like planting his feet. Yeah. I don't think without Jordan Love, I don't think the Packers are going to do all that well. So I'm going to go with the Colts here. Plus, I'm a Bears fan, so I'm always going to go against the Packers here. Browns versus Jaguars. The Browns got absolutely destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys. And the Jaguars, they lost last week to the Miami Dolphins, but only by a field goal. So, honestly, I'm going to go with the Jaguars here. San Francisco 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Christian McCaffrey is out for a while. I think I saw 3 to 4 weeks. It's going to be out due to his calf. It's going to be interesting. But their backup, he did pretty good against the Jets. But that's the Jets. The Jets are kind of not that all that good. And the Vikings, they actually did really well. But they played against the Giants, who has Daniel Jones, who's honestly a horrible quarterback. So, man, I think the 49ers are going to pull this one off, to be honest. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game. Seahawks and the Patriots. Probably going to go with the Patriots on this one. I know the Seahawks ended up winning against the Broncos, 26-20. But I'm definitely going to have to go with the Patriots here. Jets versus the Titans. The Titans, end up crapping the game against my Chicago Bears. Due to their quarterback, absolutely, Will Levis, absolutely, shitting the bed. And the Jets have Aaron Rodgers, who is, getting back to it. He's still doing well. Let's be honest here. But I think it's going to be a close game. Titans defense is going to absolutely shake up Rodgers' game. New York Giants versus Washington Commanders. I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders here because the Giants are an absolute embarrassing team. Daniel Jones needs to get his act together. The LA Rams versus the Cardinals. I'm definitely going to go with the LA Rams. The Cardinals, I saw that play with Marvin Harrison was absolutely wide open, and Kyler Murray didn't even throw it to him. Like, there was like, I saw like a tweet that was like, oh yeah, like, like Marvin Harrison Jr. was so wide open you couldn't see a single defender on the screen. So I'm going to go with the LA Rams, who do really good with Matthew Stafford. Bengals versus the Chiefs. Okay, I know it's kind of a meme and a joke that the Chiefs are like the NFL's team. The scripted, the refs are also helping the Chiefs win. There were some plays where the Chiefs' offensive line jumped a little early, but never got called. So whatever. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here. I think they're gonna handle the Bengals pretty well because I know the Bengals ended up losing. Double checking, yeah, against the Patriots, 16-10. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here. Steelers versus the Broncos. It's gonna be an interesting game because Justin Fields is starting. Going against Bo Nix with the Broncos. I know the Broncos ended up losing to the Seahawks, and the Steelers actually ended up winning. But Justin Fields didn't do all that much. But as honestly, it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers here. As a Bears fan that had Justin Fields on the team, secretly I'm still rooting for him to do well because he wasn't that bad of a quarterback. He was just put in a bad situation. Yeah, he held the ball a little too long in the pocket, but that's okay. I know it's not okay. And the Bears versus the Texans. I mean, come on. I think the Bears are going to win. But if we're being realistic and honest here, it's going to be interesting to see if Caleb Williams can improve his game from week 1 against the Titans, where he didn't look too hot. He looked real shaky, a lot of inaccurate passes. But he has said that he's going to step it up, improve his game. He knows that he has to improve. CJ Stroud, absolutely phenomenal. In his year 2, he's gonna, with the winning Rookie of the Year last year, throwing 5 interceptions to 28. I gotta double check that touchdown stat. But CJ Stroud versus Caleb Williams. Honestly, it's gonna come down to one possession. If Caleb Williams can keep up with CJ Stroud in a shootout, which I think the Bears defense isn't gonna allow a shootout because our defensive backs. Our secondary is pretty elite, especially with Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson there. It's going to be interesting to see. So I'm going to go with my Bears, but it's going to be a really good game. I can't wait for that one. So that's my predictions for Sunday's schedule. No Monday Night Football. I got to double check what Monday Night Football is going to be because I think that's the Eagles versus, let's see, I'm double checking here. The Eagles and I think the Falcons. Gotta double check on that. Yeah, Eagles and the Falcons. I think the Eagles are gonna win against the Falcons. Kirk Cousins didn't look too well there against last week. He didn't look too hot. But again, it's week 1. Everybody's just trying to get back into the speed of the game. And I don't know, the Eagles look pretty good against the Packers. So that's my predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. See what happens. And go Bears.